The revolutionary power of softness. Why Black women are redefining strength. I want to start today by acknowledging the profound wisdom that sparked this conversation. Recently, I had the extraordinary privilege of interviewing Donna Johnson, a visionary leader who's fundamentally transforming how we understand strength, particularly for Black women entrepreneurs. Donna isn't just changing businesses, she's changing lives. Her revolutionary approach to leadership and self care has created ripples across industries, empowering thousands of women to reclaim their wholeness in a world that often demands fragmentation. Her courage to challenge deeply entrenched narratives about success has opened doorways for healing that many didn't even know existed. For generations, we've celebrated a particular vision of strength. We've admired those who push through pain, who never stop hustling, who sacrifice sleep and self care at the altar of achievement. We've especially placed this burden on Black women, whom we've mythologized as unbreakable pillars of strength, the backbone of families, communities, and movements. But today, I want to share what Donna Johnson has illuminated through her transformative work, that perhaps our understanding of strength has been fundamentally flawed all along. What if I told you that the most revolutionary act of power isn't pushing harder, but allowing yourself to be soft? What if true strength isn't found in how much you can endure, but in how deeply you can rest and restore? This is the counterintuitive truth at the heart of what Donna calls the soft girl era, not a passing trend, but a profound recalibration of how we understand power, particularly for Black women who have carried the weight of the world on their shoulders for far too long. Now, let me be crystal clear about something. When we talk about softness, we're not talking about weakness. We're talking about wholeness. We're talking about the courage to embrace vulnerability alongside resilience, rest alongside productivity, and healing alongside achievement. We're talking about the radical notion that you don't have to break yourself to prove your worth. The data tells us something remarkable. Black women are starting businesses at 6 times the national average. They are the fastest growing demographic of entrepreneurs in America. But here's what Donna Johnson helped me understand: the question isn't just how many businesses Black women are starting, it's how they're building them and at what cost to their well being. Let me share with you the story of Maya Elias, founder of Built to Impact, a coaching platform that empowers Black women entrepreneurs with branding strategies. Maya's journey exemplifies this tension between achievement and well being. As one of few Black female founders in her industry, Maya faced profound isolation. She struggled with imposter syndrome while scaling her business. And like so many entrepreneurs, she initially bought into the myth that success requires constant hustle. The reality hit her like a thunderbolt one Sunday evening. After working through yet another weekend, Maya found herself unable to move from her couch, physically, emotionally, and spiritually depleted. Her business was growing, but she was shrinking. Her bank account was expanding, but her joy was contracting. In that moment of reckoning, Maya realized she was building her empire on a foundation that was crumbling beneath her. This is where her story takes a revolutionary turn. After years of hustling solo and experiencing the inevitable burnout that followed, Maya made a radical choice. She prioritized healing work over hustle culture. She redefined success by centering wellness alongside achievement. And when she relaunched her company, she did so with new values centered on softness and sustainability. She implemented sacred rest days, non negotiable time for restoration. She created boundaries around her availability. She sought therapy to heal the wounds that were driving her relentless pursuit of validation through achievement. And perhaps most radically, she began to speak openly about this journey with her clients and community. The result, Built to Impact, has helped thousands of minority entrepreneurs launch brands without sacrificing mental health or personal boundaries. Maya was featured in Forbes for her innovative approach to empowerment coaching. Her model has inspired other platforms focused on holistic success for Black women professionals. This isn't just a nice story about one woman finding balance. This is evidence of a profound truth. Embracing softness doesn't diminish success, it enables a deeper, more sustainable kind of achievement. Consider another powerful example. Morgan DeBon, co founder of Blavity Inc., a media tech company amplifying voices in the Black community. As a young Black woman founder, Morgan encountered limited access to capital. She also navigated immense societal pressure to conform to traditional leadership models rooted in hardness rather than authenticity. The traditional playbook said she should hide her emotions, never show vulnerability, and adopt the cutthroat tactics that dominated Silicon Valley. But Morgan recognized something profound. The playbook wasn't written for her, and following it would require leaving essential parts of herself behind. So Morgan made the countercultural choice to cultivate networks among other diverse founders who valued vulnerability as much as vision. She prioritized transparent communication within her team. She created space for authentic expression in an industry that often demands conformity. In meetings with potential investors, Morgan didn't hide her passion or her purpose. She spoke openly about creating media that honored the fullness of Black experience. When faced with challenges, she didn't pretend to have all the answers. She invited collaboration and diverse perspectives. The outcome, Blavity became one of America's fastest growing media companies, serving multicultural millennials while maintaining an internal culture built on empathy. Morgan raised millions from venture capitalists committed to diversity and grew her user base into millions of monthly readers across several brands under Blavity Inc. S umbrella. Morgan's story demonstrates something profound. Redefining leadership through feminine principles doesn't just feel better, it creates lasting impact. It sets new standards for inclusive leadership styles within tech and media industries nationwide. But perhaps you're thinking, these are exceptional cases. Most of us can't afford to prioritize softness when we're just trying to survive. This is where Donna Johnson's insights are most revolutionary. She argues that it's precisely when we're operating from survival mode that embracing softness becomes most essential. Take the case of Kim Lewis, founder of Curl Mix. Kim initially struggled balancing motherhood with entrepreneurship, often operating out of survival mode due to financial constraints common among first generation founders. There were nights when she worked until 3 a.m., then woke at 6 a.m. with her infant son. There were moments when she wondered if pursuing her business dream was worth the toll it was taking on her family and her health. But rather than doubling down on hustle, Kim made an intentional choice to set boundaries around family time and rest. She sought spiritual guidance during tough decisions and restructured Curl Mix operations so growth wouldn't come at the cost of health and home life balance. She instituted no work Sundays as sacred family time. She built flexibility into her schedule to accommodate her son's needs. She delegated tasks that drained her energy and focused on the aspects of the business that aligned with her genius. And perhaps most importantly, she rejected the false narrative that said her worth as an entrepreneur was tied to how much she suffered for her business. What happened? Curl Mix scaled rapidly from kitchen experiments into a multi-million dollar enterprise featured on Shark Tank, all while prioritizing team well-being over relentless grind. Kim's journey began when personal need, her husband Timothy had allergies, led them to experiment with natural hair products. They bootstrapped every step until outside investors noticed their unique mission driven approach. Today, Curl Mix has national retail distribution deals and has been recognized by Inc. magazine and major outlets. Kim's story shows us the transformation possible when entrepreneurial drive meets healed feminine energy. It demonstrates that choosing wholeness over hustle isn't just a nice idea, it's a viable business strategy. Now, I want to be absolutely clear about something. When Donna Johnson talks about embracing your soft girl era, she's not suggesting that Black women abandon their strength. She's inviting them to expand their definition of it. She's challenging the false dichotomy that says you must choose between being powerful and being soft. The truth is, embracing softness is itself a radical act of self restoration that enables deeper creativity, leadership, and overflow in both life and business. Creating boundaries around rest and self care isn't selfish, it's essential for sustainable impact as professionals, leaders, or entrepreneurs. This message resonates far beyond Black women entrepreneurs, though they are at the forefront of this revolution. It speaks to anyone who has been taught that their value lies in their productivity, their ability to endure pain, their capacity to keep going when others would stop. What would our world look like if we all embraced this more expansive understanding of strength? What innovations might emerge if we created from a place of overflow rather than depletion? What leadership might we witness if we valued vulnerability as much as vision? The stories Donna Johnson shared reveal a profound truth. When we allow ourselves to be whole, to embrace both our strength and our softness, our resilience and our need for rest, we don't diminish our power. We amplify it. We don't compromise our success. We deepen it. We don't abandon our communities. We serve them more sustainably. So today I challenge you to revolutionize your relationship with strength. Examine where you've been taught that your worth comes from endurance rather than wholeness. Question the systems that profit from your exhaustion. Reclaim your right to rest, to heal, to be soft in a world that demands hardness. This isn't just about personal well being, though that would be reason enough. This is about creating new models of success that don't require us to fragment ourselves. This is about building organizations, movements, and communities that honor our humanity rather than exploit it. This is about recognizing that the most sustainable path forward isn't paved with burnout, but with balanced power. The revolution begins with permission to rest when you're tired, to feel when you're hurt, to say no when you're depleted, and to prioritize your wholeness above all else. Because when you do, you don't just transform your own life, you create possibilities for everyone around you to do the same. What would happen if you chose wholeness over hustle today and let yourself lead not just from strength, but also from sacred softness? How might your business and your life transform if overflow replaced burnout. The world doesn't need more martyrs to productivity. It needs whole, healed humans who lead from a place of authentic power, and that begins with you today. Choosing a new definition of strength, one that honors all of who you are, not just what you can produce. The soft revolution is here. Will you join it?